Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Ketmia.
Welcome to the This and That Chat.
I feel like that's the first time you ever looked at the camera.
I know. I felt it too.
Yeah, you felt it, right?
I felt
that
it.
was really weird.
It was weird.
So,
So maybe or maybe not. It depends.
I just realized you made a mistake.
What did I do?
So, if anyone did notice, they see that we're wearing the same shirts that we wore in our last episode.
Yes.
And we knew we were wearing them. It was on purpose.
Yes.
Okay. But you also wore the same hat.
It matches.
Yeah, but you didn't have to do that. We weren't
of
matching
course.
the look.
I had to match. No.
I'm not matching
This-
anything else.
I know.
It was just for the shirt.
This is my Clyde my Clyde shirt hat.
That specific one, because you have a
This-
lot of the same hats.
No, they're not.
My voice is a little weird today.
It is.
Did you notice that?
It's a little bit raspy.
It's a little raspy.
It's called sexy voice.
Oops.
We're not
Remember
going
what
there.
happened last time?
So the shirts.
The
So the
shirts.
shirts are a
Well, what does
thing.
yours say? Can you see yours clearly?
So mine, yep, you can see it there. It says
gotta-
Clyde.
I'm going to move my...
And hers, Ketmia's says, what is that about?
You have a stutter?
I guess.
I guess.
Ketmia's says Bonnie. So this is something that I think we've kind of talked a little bit about it.
Did we? I don't
we-
think so.
I think we've thrown it out there a little bit. So we've got this little bit of a Bonnie and Clyde obsession.
Mentality?
Mentality. I like the mentality instead of obsession. Mm-hmm. So we will
Strike it from the record.
strike it from the record, and we're gonna go with
Mentality.
mentality. Yeah, we have a little bit of a Bonnie.
Ooh,
What is,
Bonnie.
bro? Today is gonna
Bonnie?
be this
Clyde.
one.
Connie.
This is gonna be a word jumble.
You're going to
Because-
do word salads today? Maybe
some
you
water.
did drink some water.
get some
Yeah.
water.
So my voice is raspy. Your words are jumbled. And it's
You got
just-
water for you?
I do. Yes. But the
Maybe-
water doesn't help the raspiness.
Okay.
I'm not.
Let's
Looking at yourself?
Yeah, I gotta make sure. My tongue feels swollen.
Interesting. Maybe you're having some sort. Maybe that's what it is. We did just finish eating, and my throat is raspy, and your
And I
tongue
have-
is swollen.
Yeah, but I did bite my tongue while I was just in the middle of talking.
Can we talk about that?
Why?
Can we talk about that?
The fact that I bit my tongue?
No. Have you ever been in the middle of falling asleep? Like maybe you're like, what's it called when your head? Can't even think
Bobbing?
right now. No, bobbing your head.
You're snapping your neck?
Maybe snapping your neck back when you're on the couch and you're falling asleep, and so your head's sort of like, doing that thing, right? Have you ever been in that space of falling asleep and you bite your tongue?
Yes.
You have?
All the time.
You have?
Listen, I don't know how my tongue is in one whole piece. I have bit myself hard.
Wow. I mean, imagine the force it would take to cut it.
Yeah.
Okay. My point is, I think it's hilarious because what were you going to look like when you were sleeping? You know that dog that has the tongue out? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
The ugly dog from
That
Deadpool?
dog, he's got to bite his tongue all the time.
Who knows? I don't even know why his tongue is out like that. But,
You know that was the 2023 ugliest dog in the world?
and I'm sure that more of them exist. Okay. But if you're falling asleep and you bite your tongue, then that means that your tongue started.
What are you doing?
You're
When you bite
like-
your tongue isn't out of your mouth.
Yeah, mine was.
Why? Why? Were you sticking your tongue out?
Bro,
do
I
you
was
know the muscles?
I was
Hold on.
falling asleep.
I know, but do you
Okay.
know the muscles necessary to get your tongue to come out of your mouth?
That's how relaxed my muscles were.
No.
Yeah,
a
when
muscle-
when you
No.
die, your tongue
It's
is
less. It's
don't you
No, it
the little
doesn't.
X's and the
no. When you die, you don't see people like when they die have their
you don't know.
no.
They fix them when they put them in the,
I listen. I'm not saying when they're okay. We're talking about
I'm saying I
when
was
you went to the
taking a
morgue.
nap.
When you went to the morgue,
I didn't look at people. Remember, I talked about this last time.
I doubt that they have their tongue out. Anyways, let's talk about the shirts because we started there
Yeah,
and we moved on.
but
Were we done?
Oh, I'm so. Oh no, we were talking about that, but then you mentioned about your
Swollen
throat,
tongue?
your swollen tongue, and you biting it, and then it just made me think about that. This week, I was taking a nap on my lunch break, and as I'm falling asleep, I'm just like falling. All of a
Could
sudden,
you imagine
I
the
am
people? You imagine the people walking by you. They look inside the truck and you're like this.
Oh, see, that's the beauty of it. I have a windshield cover that I use on both sides of my windows. So if anybody looks in, all you're looking at is a windshield cover.
Okay.
So I have set myself up so that I feel
I'm gonna
comfortable.
surprise you one day at lunch. and
I've
I'm
thought
gonna- I'm
about
gonna
that.
wait.
I have thought about that. That somebody, even one of my coworkers, could come knock on my window because they know my truck, right? Just to say, "Ha ha, I caught you sleeping." And I was thinking, okay, so if someone were to knock, I have no idea who's at my door. It could be someone I know. It could be someone who's trying to break into the truck. So
Your
it'll have to
imagination.
be a little like peek,
Your
and then
imagination.
okay, I can open up.
Someone breaking into the truck. You have the
You
truck
know.
on.
Yeah, but when it goes into battery mode, you can't even hear it. I've seen people walking by in front of the truck when it does like
when
the
it does
little,
the little jump?
and they're like, like they look at it like, this car's on.
You know what I love to do? Mm-hmm. I love to turn on the truck when somebody's like walking by, but you can do it from far.
Or the remote start. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I
It's
almost got
20
run over.
It's
I saw my life
2020
flash
yeah.
before my eyes.
It's 2025. If you don't know that there's remote start, that's where you probably need to start with the
Yes,
problem.
but I'm sure that someone probably is trying to be very careful about where they're walking, and all of a sudden a car turned its lights on, and you got spooked for a moment. Like, whoa, what if I feel like I almost just got run over.
Yeah.
So back to Bonnie and Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like this. So what is it about Bonnie and Clyde that you think draws us?
You want the truth?
Sure. I
The
mean,
whole
normally
truth?
I want a lie, but today I'll go with the truth.
The whole truth? Mm-hmm. Nothing but the truth? So help me God. It's because you're my ride or die. For real.
Oh, for real?
For real.
That's like on a Bible?
On a Bible. Listen, on the podcast. The world will hear it. I would kill for you.
Well, honey, anything you can't say will be used against you in a court of law.
Yeah, they can't use us against each other.
That's true.
And considering that this is a fun podcast, am I saying the truth? Or am I...
I like how you're
Right.
breaking the walls today.
I feel like Deadpool
You're
today.
like Deadpool. Deadpool. No, that's
Yeah.
not what I meant to say. I meant to say you were like on
Hey,
a fixer-upper show.
Just because I have to. You're recording, yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. Listen. It's
Bro,
like
you
all of
can't
a
do
sudden-
this every time.
I know. It'll get better. It's like I want to do this. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Sorry.
Bro, you are in some wild energy today. Is that what I'm like?
No, your energy's different. But yes, I am in a little bit of a different energy. I will listen. Hold on.
I'm a little scared.
I will do this again, and you will not know when, but when it happens, you're gonna enjoy it. I'm back.
How did our episode do last week?
It did.
It did wonderfully, no?
It did.
Weren't you telling me it was very engaged?
It was very engaged.
People like the title of it.
They like the title. We're not bringing that up. We're gonna move on. So there's this thing
About Bonnie and Clyde.
about Bonnie and Clyde. So
that we had a big argument over.
When?
Come on. Come on.
Oh, okay. Can I put my plea out? This is where I'm gonna
Sure.
break again because
I mean, you already told me you screwed up.
I did screw up.
So I
Okay,
don't know
so-
how you're gonna defend yourself right now.
So
So we have this very big thing with Bonnie and Clyde.
yes, we have this very big thing with Bonnie and Clyde, and we were gonna get a tattoo that was a pear.
Bro, they actually were writing when they died.
I know. That's where the whole thing comes from.
I don't know, but that's
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Bring it back.
Lean back. Go on.
Okay. So we went to go get tattoos of a pair, right? I was going to get Bonnie. You were going to get Clyde. And it was supposed to be in a spot where we could walk up next to each other and be like, bam! And put
And
them
we
together.
had chosen our calves.
Yes. And that way, when we walked next to each other, they would be right next to each other, like looking at each other and all this kind of stuff. Well,
Went through a whole like design thing.
we did the whole kit.
We as me.
Yes. So I go to get it first because it's going to be a 4-hour tattoo, four and a half hour tattoo because it's very, very detailed.
I was out of town.
You were out of town. I'll put the pictures up.
Yeah, that's good.
That way they can see it. And you were out of town, and I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna knock mine out. And then I got there and I saw them both, and I was like, oh my goodness, amazing! It'll go great on my calves. And he's like, on your calves? And I was like, yeah, let's go. And we were like back and forth, and I was like, yeah, pop that sucker on here. And I was like, the other one to go over here. And in my mind, I didn't realize I stole the thunder.
No, thunder
that-
would have been all right. You know,
The hurricane.
the thunder I can deal with. You stole the entire thing,
I did.
and I still to this day don't understand.
It was a
how.
misunderstanding. I
But
misunderstood.
you just explained it exactly correctly.
I know, because we had an hour and something conversation about this.
Bro, I'm
Because I honestly
still
thought
heartbroken.
I thought that I was going to have Bonnie on one leg, Clyde was never going to make it on, and I was going to be alone in the world looking for another wife because you were going to disown me for taking and
For taking my Clyde.
and messing it up.
Right.
I know. So
So the worst.
we work through it somewhat. And a couple weeks ago, I went and I got Clyde. So I finished the pair on my calves. I put them on the back, and like when you're walking, you get to see them. And they came out absolutely phenomenal. Like wildly phenomenal.
It's like a
and
bittersweet thing for
It
me.
is bittersweet.
It's like a very
but
bittersweet
to be fair,
thing. Yeah.
your design
Yeah.
for Bonnie and Clyde, phenomenal.
Yeah. And
You
of
did
course,
do a good job of figuring out the alternative.
The alternative. Oh, the alternative.
Listen, I screwed up.
No. Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying that I
I've-
didn't screw up. It's done. I can't cut my leg off
Yeah.
because I screwed up.
Yeah.
So it required for us to pivot,
Yeah.
and you're not happy with it.
It's, and that's why it's like really on the bottom of the list,
It is.
you
I saw
know?
that.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's always going to be, bro, you are like really looking at the camera today. It's
know.
very distracting to me,
I know,
actually.
It's just, look, I know that. Bro.
I don't know what you're on today.
It's just, I saw myself in the mirror today, and I'm not a vain person, but I look good today.
You felt good about
I
yourself.
felt good about
That's
myself.
the
I have a
thing.
confidence of me. I have a confidence today. Like look at this.
You're really loving, and I think that you're really loving your beard because you cut it yourself.
I'm-
And that's the other thing.
Listen,
You've been going to people that have been disappointing
they've been
you, and then
disappointing
you
me,
did it yourself.
and I did it myself, and I'm like,
I feel like
looks
you're
good.
on that high of like, look at what I did myself.
But the thing is, I had it cut like this last week. I just didn't notice it as much.
That's true.
And I'm telling you, this morning I was brushing.
Sometimes that's how it is. You know, like I feel like sometimes I wake up and my hair, I just feel it's like, oh my gosh, it is so beautiful.
There are days.
So beautiful. And I feel it.
Your
And
hair is
nobody
beautiful
else notices it.
Your hair is beautiful today.
Oh, thank you, Boogs.
You're beautiful.
Is it the little pigtails?
I think it's the pigtails, but you're beautiful.
Boogs.
You're sexy.
Boogs.
I'm telling you.
You're being too much.
The
for
world
me.
needs to know.
You're being too
You're
much.
We're talking about ride or die,
I know.
and I'm in love with you.
Oh, honey.
Say stuff to me.
Oh, I can't. I'm like gushing.
I told you this morning. I screamed it in the house to you.
You sure did.
Bro, I'm in love with you today.
Oh, honey.
There are days. and
Last
and
week
today
you said
is one of them.
You said you're lucky I love you. Remember?
I did. I did say that.
Today you're like you're
Yeah.
smitten today.
I'm smitten today.
Oh,
That's good.
I love this.
Yeah.
All
You
right,
know,
we can
but-
cut the chat.
Okay. Are we done? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Goodbye.
You know what this does for us, though? Mm-hmm. This makes a phenomenal day. Like the rest of the day
Yeah.
is just amazing.
There is a certain kind of high that you're
Yeah.
on that carries you through the
Yeah,
day.
and you know what the best part is? We have tomorrow.
I know. Not because we would have chosen it like that,
But we
right?
did.
But we do.
We have tomorrow. We have an extra day for us. Like, let's carry this over. Let's have a phenomenal
I
weekend.
love it.
Yeah?
I'm so excited about it.
All right, what are we gonna talk about today, my love?
Ooh. I love this. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure that my cheeks are gonna be super red.
I love it.
Are they super red?
Your chipmunk cheeks.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Look, actually, I don't know if anyone's ever seen. Look, my chipmunk cheeks. I have a chipmunk.
no, you don't have a chipmunk.
Oh, it's a squirrel. It's a squirrel. Why did I think chipmunk? What did I just see? Oh, because I saw. Okay, hold on. Hold
Well,
on.
you just said cheeks.
I know. Hold on.
I don't know what to do with you today.
No. Hold on. Let's be fair. So I just saw. I was just scrolling, and I saw Rescue Rangers. Not
Yes.
the.
You're saying the Rescuers Down Under?
No, Rescue Rangers.
Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, it's Chip and Dale.
Oh.
The Chip and Dale from
I
Disney.
don't think I ever watched Chip and Dale.
Yeah. So it's It was Rescue Rangers, and I saw a
Okay.
little thing of it, and I have chipmunks in my mind. It's a squirrel. Sorry, it's a squirrel.
Oh, I remember why we were talking about our shirts
Mm-hmm.
and why we chose to wear them again. It wasn't because we have a Bonnie and Clyde thing going or anything like that at all. It was because we specifically wore them for our last episode
Mm-hmm.
because it was the, after Valentine's Day episode, whatever,
Right.
right? And that was our thing. And because we got carried off with other things and the battery died again, because when did that happen?
A
The
couple
one,
hours.
whatever.
That
right?
problem is solved. We are hoping to make it through this one. 'Cause
Otherwise, it's another issue.
the battery actually comes in tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah. So
It was coming from China or something, as it's
It-
taken
it's from
a
China.
while
It's
to
from-
get here. But
it's from China.
but bottom line,
China. Sorry.
but we never even got to talk about our shirts, and we were like, dang it, we did all of this and we never even touched it. That's why, in case people were wondering, why did we do that same thing again?
Yes.
People are actually going to look at the episodes and they're going to think, was this an
gonna get
extension
confused.
of the last one? What's going on here?
That's
Especially
okay.
since you wore your same hat.
So, but that happened to me already.
Oh, did you?
I didn't realize, and I wore the same hat twice.
But that's okay.
I know, but I have a hat for like 30 episodes.
The same one?
No, I have a hat
Oh,
for
yeah.
30 different episodes.
You collect hats the way I collect socks.
No.
Have you?
No.
Absolutely.
Bro, I would need a shed outside if I were to collect hats the way you collect socks. Thank God the socks roll into a little ball.
Wow.
You literally have a like huge knapsack bag thing that's just full of socks. And the other day you were like, "Bring me a sock."
Give me an.
Hold on. Hold on. Shut. Don't make me love you less. Hold on.
Oh boy.
Okay. You said, "Go bring me a pair of socks." All I did was put my hand inside the bag and grab the first pair of socks that there were. I didn't even look and see what they were until I unrolled them to put them on your feet. And it was the Grinch. And you're like, "It's not Christmas." Do you know what it is to have to get back up, roll up the socks, and go find you another pair of socks?
And you didn't.
And I didn't.
You left the Grinch ones
Oh,
on
I put
because
them
you
on you.
said,
I said,
it's fine. It's a
doesn't
Grinch.
matter.
And speaking of which, I don't remember where I was. What store did I go to that they had a Grinch Valentine's Day shirt? It's like a red sweater with the Grinch on it, with little hearts all over it, and it was
Really?
about. Yes. And I thought, wow, talk about trying to push the Grinch to make money wherever. It was something about
Like his heart grew three sizes that day or whatever. Yeah.
But it's like the Grinch is Christmas. I don't
Can
know how
I-
you're pushing it to Valentine's
Can
Day.
I finish my story?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fast forward
2.
a few days ago.
Okay.
There's packages that are coming in. And you have decided that you need to tell me not to open packages because there's secret presents in there. That's the words that you chose. But I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm gonna open packages.
Bro, for real, don't do that.
Okay, I open packages. Okay? And I literally get a box in one of the packages. That is, I wish we had the box.
I still have the box.
Okay? You know where it is?
Yes.
You want to go get it or no? All right. It's a box. It's like this. It looks like
If it's a microphone.
a microphone. No. It's a box. It is square. It's tall.
It's not square, it's rectangular.
Whatever. It's rectangular and it's tall and it just says socks. Because you don't have enough socks.
Well, keep going. What's the reason for
Okay,
that?
These are furry socks.
Furry socks, which
keep
keep
you
me
warm.
warmer.
Yes.
Because the other ones, we haven't talked about that. It's not just any sock
No,
that I
they're,
collect.
they're the skinny little crew cut socks.
Yeah, like the ankle socks.
Yeah.
But they are not just plain socks. They are
No, they're little design
design,
socks.
and they're colorful.
Yeah, which
and-
makes it an absolute nightmare.
What are you talking about? It's super easy to find.
Bro, when you have your socks
I have a llama
in-
eating pizza.
I know.
That's
But
very
you have-
easy to find.
I know, but not when there's 37 different pairs of socks. Because
My eyes are going for colors.
I know, but you use them all. I don't like. You only have 2 feet. Where do you use them? Do you wake up in the morning and you're like, let me get a pair of socks, put them on, and then you're like walking, you're like, I think I sweated.
No, I wear them
Well,
to work, and then
When
we
you get
come
home,
back around.
and then
Then when
How
I
many
shower,
pairs do
I
you
put
use
on. I
a
use
day?
2 pairs a day.
do you change them the next morning to go to work?
No, that's the one I take to work the next day. Unless I took my socks off and I can't find them, then I have to grab other socks. And then when I find the socks that I couldn't find, then I wear those.
Yeah, you know who usually finds the socks? The Roomba, because I get a message. I get a
You
message
have never told me this.
all the time. I get a message from the app saying, I can't say the name of the name that I gave the new Roomba.
Oh. That's right.
Yeah, it was funny, and it stayed funny. I get a message saying that she's stuck, and to come. It says, "Come save her."
Come save her.
And then when I come,
I love when
I
it
get
says
to the
that
house,
she's hanging off of a cliff.
hanging off of a cliff. Yeah.
What? Who programmed this
I don't
thing?
know. Whoever did, they're having fun.
And no, I think it's from another country, and they don't know how to say allege.
Ooh, can we talk about that?
Okay.
So, we went to go see a comedian, and they talked about
His name is
Murr from
Impractical Jokers.
And he started talking about how
Amazon
it's
has an
all
AI.
AI now. Bro, you want to interrupt when you don't need to interrupt. But when you need to talk, you don't.
I don't know. I feel like people are getting a sense that this love is volatile.
Bro, I'm about to throw.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, go.
So it's all AI. Mm-hmm. So do you think that program was written AI? Because the idea of it being on a cliff, for something that small, it's a cliff. A step down.
No, it's definitely AI.
Yeah.
It's definitely. Apple Intelligence, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, has reached our phone, right? And now when you're texting, it has prompts, whole sentences that it is prompting you. You're really distracting me with looking at the camera so much.
Sorry.
You really are. It's like there's something off.
No.
No, it's not. It's not bad off. It's just I feel like I'm sitting across myself.
So
and
the
it's
thing
just
is,
weird.
The thing is that we tried a little bit of a different angle today again.
But I didn't feel that last week.
I know, because last week we were actually a little bit closer. It's me and my my analytical mind trying to say, is this a good angle? Is this, just don't mind me.
Okay. We won't call it anymore.
Go ahead and talk.
We won't call it anymore. But cue me in. Line. That was my line. You're supposed to help me remember where I was.
Oh. AI? Do you know where you're at?
No, but we're getting there. You just reminded me what we were talking about. There's people all over the chat right now saying you were saying this.
I know.
This.
I don't know what you were saying.
Bro, you know why you don't know what I was saying?
Because I was distracted. Why does it... Is it me or does it just keep slowly coming up into my face?
I think it's slowly, rising.
Okay, go. Here, hold on.
All right. Anyway.
There you go.
You are not being helpful at all. AI, programming. Yes. Apple Intelligence.
Apple Intelligence.
And
it was Apple Intelligence.
And the messages on the phone. Okay. And how it's giving you whole sentence prompts. And I have looked at this. In fact, let's see where Nikki is on listening to episodes, because I'm waiting for her to text me, because it has to be when they haven't texted you. And I just want to choose the prompts that it gives to see how long I can text her back.
Oh, because it gives you suggestions?
A whole sentence.
No.
Okay. So
will it work with you and me? Because
it's already happened before, but I can never use anything that it's prompting me to, because that is not how I would respond.
Do you have to send me a message?
I mean, yeah.
Send me a message. Let's play the game.
Oh boy. I don't know that it's going to work. Let's see. I'm going to say, how are you today?
Okay. Okay, so then what do? I just open the text? I got nothing.
I don't think your Apple Intelligence is on.
It is, because I have a little, cool ring thing.
A ring thing?
Yeah,
Oh, for Siri?
See?
Yeah, but that's Siri being on.
I know, but that's the new Apple Intelligence.
Okay. How would you respond?
Okay.
So, I guess because it's a one answer thing that you sent me, it's not working. I'll have to show it to you on another thing, but anyone who has played with it knows it will give you a whole thing. Sure, sounds great, right? But that is not how I talk.
Nothing?
Oh, something. Remember, I've got Do Not Disturb on. And still nothing.
No.
Nothing. So I'll have to show you next time that it comes up. So it lights up like the whole Siri thing. Oh, I think I put this in front. Like the whole Siri thing, it lights up for you to like choose it, and it'll give you two choices, right? And so I want to text her just using those responses. I feel that for me, it's not popping up as much anymore because I ignore it every time. I never use the prompt because I just wouldn't say that, right? So I want to see how long she'll go before she calls me or before she says like our secret password to
I bet you anything.
who has my mom's phone.
I bet you anything. The responses are going to be close to what you normally respond.
No, they're not at all.
At the beginning.
Yeah, well,
I think eventually.
Eventually, maybe.
It's learning, right? Every single day is learning?
I don't know. I guess that's why it's intelligent. My point is that perhaps if somebody from work was texting you and it's your boss, because like on our Teams chat, right? When they send something, a lot of times it'll say, okay, thanks. Yep, that's fine. That's appropriate for whatever is being sent. So I'll just choose the prompts from there. But we have a way that we talk,
right?
You know, if you send me something funny, right? I'm not going to say, wow, that was a great picture. I'm going to say, bro.
If it comes at the bottom, it says, bro.
Oh, then I know. Then we know.
Get scared.
We know that it has learned. But.
All right. So I know that you wanted to talk about. You had something that you said that you wrote down, and I didn't want you to miss it. So what was it that you said?
It's so funny how you just did that right now because I was just going to bring it up naturally.
It's because we're in sync.
And then you just brought it up now.
It's because we're in sync.
It's because I looked at my phone and I saw my notes.
Because you saw your notes.
Okay.
Okay,
but
go.
I was having a thought the other day. You know how I have like my wandering thoughts, and I have no one to ask this. But I remember being a kid and hearing the story about Jezebel. All right. Do you know the story about Jezebel? I'm going to paraphrase a lot of it.
That's the one that David wanted and she sent her husband to the front line?
No, that's Bathsheba, but that was a good try. It's in the Bible. So that's very good.
It's in the good book.
You were in there.
Somewhere in
Okay. The good book says.
Somewhere in the good book, there's something about a chicken.
Fiddler on the Roof.
You don't need to.
I know. Sorry. I do. It's just part of my OCD.
I got it. Okay,
I've got to get it out. But anyway, I remember this woman apparently was so evil, right? That her fate, one of the prophets said that her fate was going to be that she was going to be eaten by dogs. That's how she was going to die.
This is in the Bible?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And she was so evil. She blasphemed God. She led people astray. She was a queen. Okay. That, of course, one of the Israelite kings went and brought her from another country. Whatever. She brought idols. Like, she was just her own thing, right? And sure enough, she was eaten by dogs. Obviously. Okay.
In the Bible?
Yes. Yeah. See, that's one of those interesting stories that you're like, I got to pull up Jezebel's story.
Okay.
So I remember my teacher saying, and this is why nobody will ever be named Jezebel.
And there was a Jezebel sitting in the chair.
No.
I knew a Jezebel.
Well, so did we. Don't you remember the sister of...
That's the Jezebel I know.
Oh.
I was thinking it was... I knew another Jezebel in
Did
high
you?
school.
Really? And I feel like that's actually a very common Hispanic name, or am I
Yeah.
wrong?
I don't know.
For Spanish?
Oh,
Or
that must have been a mom that was just like
Puerto
I
Rican,
don't
maybe? No, but so that's the thing.
Dominican.
Maybe.
Yeah, the one that we knew was Dominican.
I don't know another Jezebel. That's the. Oh, you're saying the first one?
The one that we knew, the one that we knew
Really?
is Dominican.
Really? I had no idea that they were Dominican.
Yeah.
So it got me thinking, right? How as a kid, I grew up thinking nobody is ever going to be named Jezebel. And then she was the first Jezebel I knew. And I was like, why did they name her Jezebel? Just like Delilah. I've only ever known a Delilah dog. A dog named Delilah. Okay. But then there was, what's his
song?
name? Tim, hey there, Delilah. So there's got to be other people named Delilah, right? But that was another one. Like you had, the whole picture was there are some names that are so bad, no one will ever name their child that.
No.
So then I was thinking, do you think that there's someone out there named Adolf?
Yes.
I think so too.
100%.
I just didn't look
Here,
it up
look.
because, of course. But I just don't know how
Obviously,
you could
Adolf
name.
Hitler was the first one. Let's see.
I can't see that being
Adolf
a very
is
popular.
a given name with German origins. King Adolf of Germany.
But I'm saying now, do you think nowadays,
Hold on,
right
let's see.
nowadays, in the United States, somebody has a baby boy and they're like, we're going to name him Adolf. And
All
he's
right,
going to
so-
grow up to be Adolf.
There is Adolf Hitler. There's Adolf Eichmann. There's Adolf Dassler. Adolf Galland.
I don't think
Adolf
you...
Loos.
Hold on, you're not...
It's all people that are like way back.
But that's...
There is somebody who is... Oh, no, that's before. There are... It says here that it has not been used since World War II. It is not a commonly used
Okay,
name
that's
since
what I'm
World War
saying.
II.
I don't see... Unless you're like KKK...
There was an Adolf that died in 2009, but he was born before World War II.
So...
Wow, that dude was old.
Yeah, but so that's a name that's going to go down in history as one of those names that nobody names their child. I just think
Do
about
you
what an
feel-
injustice
do
it
you-
would be for your child to go to school and everybody's making fun of you. Here comes
Well,
Hitler.
There are people who have weird
Yeah,
chosen-
100%.
weird chosen names,
100%.
and that's there's nothing that you can do about that except change your name.
So that got me curious.
Okay.
All right. What it got me curious was, do you think that there's any illegal names in the United States? Like, is
Are you
there
bringing it
a
up?
law about it?
Are you bringing it up?
Well, yeah, because I looked this up. This
Oh,
is
okay.
me and my thoughts, right? I was like, is it possible that there is laws against names, right? So I first of all looked in the state of Florida, all right? And in the state of Florida, per birth certificate restrictions, okay, the name cannot be a derogatory term. So no hard R's. Okay. No obscenity. No obscenity. All right.
Okay.
No offensive names. I guess Adolf could be one of those, right? Foreign characters. I guess Chinese letters. You know,
Right.
like I'm using a little stick here and
Or a dash
circle,
or
a
an
dash,
asterisk.
something interesting.
Maybe
No
that's
numbers.
maybe that's why La Dash.
I guess no numbers. All right.
That's not true. No no physical numbers.
No physical
but your
numbers.
name could be 13.
Yes.
Okay.
Just no physical numbers. Okay. This one is diacritical marks. I don't know what that is. It says think accents and other stress marks. Okay. No hyphens, no asterisks, no apostrophes. That's in the state of Florida. But then I was like, well, what about the rest of the country? Because there's some backward states over there and there's some very progressive states. All right. So one of the ones that stood out to me was Arkansas, for example. All right. You can't name your baby boy, baby girl, baby boy together, and baby girl together. Okay, so like one word. Infant.
We had a baby, it's a boy.
Test. Unk. And void. They're invalid entries.
Really?
Unk. UNK. All right.
Well, UNK. What if you UNC? I mean, if you can spell it differently and still have the same Aaron, you know?
Okay, so every other state has pretty much the same thing. No obscenities, no dashes, nothing like that at all. In New York, your first and middle name can't be more than 30 characters each. I don't know what name. So you can't name your child supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
There's a record holder that this girl, she has a super, super long name.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then in Texas, first, middle, and last name cannot exceed 100 characters together. Okay. Again, how would you even reach that? All right. And only English characters are allowed. And Utah says that using marks not found on a keyboard would be not allowed either. So I guess you can use anything found on a keyboard there. Yeah. So that just goes to show you that there's Louisiana was another one that I thought was interesting because they allow like the A and the E that are together, but it's because of their French influence. Mm-hmm. There's some names that they allow and stuff like that, but because that's not a letter in the alphabet, what is the A-E sound together? You know which one I'm talking about, right? It's very weird.
Yeah, it's like a merge.
Yeah, so I thought it was very interesting. In Illinois, you cannot name terrific. Okay, who would do that? No, I'm sorry. I said that wrong. It does allow you to name your child terrific.
Terrific.
2-rific. Or wonder. Oh, 1 and DER. No one has taken.
Why would parents do that? Why would parents do that to their kids?
Well, okay, then that got me thinking. I mean, there's more things for you to read about it, but there's a child. Isn't Gwyneth Paltrow's daughter named Apple? Mm-hmm. And Elon Musk has...
Yeah, something weird.
Something weird, okay.
And then you've got Blue Ivy.
Ivy is normal.
I know, but Blue?
Blue, yeah. Blue. I don't know. I feel like that's not even old. But there are parents who have done weird things with people's names. Ladasha. Mm-hmm. You know, what does that even mean? And then, of course, this whole trail comes back to there is a patient that is a common, consistently coming back patient that I see. All right. This patient's name is so common. I'm going to stress right now, I am only using Jane as a placeholder because that is, Jane Smith, right? So imagine her name is Jane, and every time that I go get her, I say, Jane, and she gets up and she goes, it's Jaen, because it's Jaen. But I read a Jane. And every single time, and it is such a common name that I'm confusing it for because her name is not
Right, but
common.
it has a little bit of a different spelling.
It's just literally the letters are inverted
Do you
right
think that was a
next to each
mistake?
other. Huh?
You think that was a mistake?
So, you know how I am, that I ask
Did you
people
ask
the
her?
stupid stuff, right? I didn't ask her like that, but I did ask her, what does your name mean? She goes, what do I know? My mom gave me that name. She's like, in the old country, they would name you after saints. It's probably a saint. Okay? So she doesn't even know. And I wonder, was it a typo? Was it supposed to be Jane? And then it turned out that there was a dyslexic person who was filling out her birth certificate. And the mom was just like, you know what? Whatever. The universe decided. But names, do you know that there was a belief back in the old days that names determined some characteristic about you?
Yes.
And it was very important that you be named.
Your namesake. No, I
Yeah.
think namesake's a little bit different. What you're
But I
saying
get
is
what
like,
you're
yeah,
saying.
it's what your name means would actually carry on.
So if you were
In
named
life.
Coward, you know,
You're going to be a coward.
you're going to be a coward. Not the name Coward, but if your name means
Right, right.
coward, you know? And it was just like, I don't know if it was people who fed into that superstition, let's say, right? Or if it actually was a thing. Like, I do think that you can influence someone to see things a certain way, right? So if I tell you, you know, your name means lucky, so you've got a little bit of luck in you, will you approach things in life more willing to take a risk because you believe there's luck on your side? Even if there's absolutely no validity to what that statement has, is, but would you approach life differently because it's been instilled in you? You're lucky.
Yeah.
You're lucky. So there's a little bit of luck in you.
I was curious. What I was looking up was coward, what name it means. There's a list of like 100 names that has some sort of a attachment to it. One of the top names is Seneca. But
Interesting.
he wasn't a coward.
Interesting. Was it spelled the same?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, another name that I thought about was Judas. Have you ever met a Judas?
What does Judas mean?
I feel like Judas now means betrayer.
Let's see.
But is that what Judas meant before? I would not want. I don't think I could ever trust somebody named Judas.
Traitor. One who betrays.
Right.
Under the guise of friendship.
Here's my question. Did his name mean one who betrays before
that?
he betrayed it? And did he live up to his name? That's where that phrase comes from.
Wait a second. Pause.
Okay. I love the rabbit hole that we're in.
In the Hebrew language, Judas means praised or praise. To praise. It's like a bunch of different ways of saying that. And yet I guess now it's taken as betrayer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
That's a good rabbit trail. You can go deep into that.
I know, and I feel like it's so interesting because, for example, the Native Americans, they deeply believed that whatever you named your child, it had something to do with either
hold
the
on.
day they were born
But
or
they would name, a lot of their names would come when they became men.
right.
So
That's a lot of cultures
they've
have
already
that.
they were already developed
Some trait or
some
characteristic
trait or
or something.
characteristic. So
But I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And oh my God. Oh, this brings me to just another wonderful story that, oh my gosh, this is like one of those stories that's cringe, that you hope somebody who was there listens to this and then they can reflect on what a bad experience that was. But I love writing, and I that's something that I do for myself as just an avenue to relax, right? And who knows, one day it may be something more,
Something
right?
more.
But I had an opportunity to join a group that was going to write curriculum, right? And I thought that might be fun. Let me go check it out. Let me see what are they actually looking for, right? And how what can I bring to the table, right? Is it going to be like a chore, or is it going to be something fun? Let me just go look. So, there's a room full of men and women, and it is a very large group. I would say at least 50 people, okay? It's a giant circle. They sat us. I hate when they choose to sit you
Knights
all
of
in
the
a
Round
circle.
Table.
Okay, no table, just a round circle, okay? And they say, okay, icebreaker. You are going to take this sheet of paper, one construction paper, okay? And you're going to make a book out of it. The title is going to be a song. It has to be a song, right? So, Carry On My Wayward Son, that reflects your life. And in the pages that follow, you're going to show drawings of things that reflect your life, right? With the title, you're going to tie that together. And on the last page, you're going to put what your name means. All right. I was like, oh, that's cool. Whatever. I don't even remember the song I picked. I don't remember what I drew inside. I just remember getting to the part where I was looking at my name. Now, up until that point, I had never actually looked at my name to see what did it mean, right? And so here I was, well, my first name I know is just a scientific Latin word for a flower. But I was looking for my middle name, okay? And so they have these baby name books around. They're like, okay, use it, look it up, whatever. And when I get to it, it says lover of wine, right? And I was like, look at that.
Is it really?
Lover or goddess of wine. You can look it up and just verify, okay? Mind you that we're not telling anybody what the middle name is, right? They can go do their own homework and find out if they want to. But just confirm for me real quick. So I just thought it was like, wow, that is very interesting, right? I never would have thought that that's what my name meant.
It's derived from the Greek name.
Okay.
I'm not going to say what it was. It was the god of wine, fertility, and ecstasy.
Wow.
It means to be devoted to that god.
Well, look at that. So pretty much, what is it? Wine,
fertility, and ecstasy.
otherwise known as sex.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So I write that down. All right. And then time. So they start like right here. I'm the second person. This person over here, they start off and they say, oh, my name means, they do their whole thing. My name means friendship. And when I think about friendship, I think about, being a friend to God, a friend of God. And, that's how I see myself, as a friend to God. And then all of God's people. And everybody's like, oh, that's so nice. I was like, oh, whatever. Friendship. Amazing. Right? They get to me and I'm like, well, my name means, degradation. Right? And they're like, oh, okay. Very nice. And then the third person goes and they're like, well, my name means pebble on the road, but if I could have my name mean something, it would be a rock for God. A rock where he can build something. And they're like, oh, very good. Next person goes. And it's like, oh, yeah.
It's a game of telephone. The names became a game of telephone. They're like, well, this person is a lover of all things this. And they're like, well, I've got to get one better. And it just kept on growing.
Well, the theme was they were all something to do with God. All of them. Regardless of whether their name meant that or not. Your name means parchment. But if I were a parchment for God, he would have written the Bible on me. Okay. And very quickly, I realized I was not playing the right game. I was supposed to not have been the sinner, right? The one who was just all about things of the flesh, right? I was supposed to be drunk on the Spirit of God. Okay.
Did you say? What did you say?
No. I just remember feeling like I don't belong here.
Oh, you were out.
I don't belong here. I'm in the wrong circle. Instantly felt so ostracized from everyone else because I was being my authentic self. I laid out the cards that were my cards,
Well, it's just like my name. My name means rock.
Right.
Right? And everyone always puts it, rock of God.
Well, of course, because that's what Jesus told Peter. I mean,
I know.
What does Daniel mean?
But
you have a very strong.
Why is it okay to give my middle name and not yours?
Splints.
I don't care. I don't care. But Peter is just rock.
Yeah.
It's not rock of God.
Right.
But yet it was played that way.
But because I think it was said, you know what I'm saying? If your name is something else, for example, recently we just found out that someone we know, their name is Round Hill. So your name is Round Hill.
The Round Hill of God.
Do you understand? Like when you start doing that, I wish that I could go back and say to those people, you've made more of the name than was necessary, because who cares if your name is, favorite of God, if your life doesn't even reflect any of it, right? Yeah. What does it value for you to have this and to tout it over people and everything when you have people who now feel like they don't belong because we went so far away from the point of it. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's just with a name. Just names. That's my...
Does a name really make the person?
Well, so, a famous poet said something about that, right? Would a rose by any other name smell just as sweet? And it would.
Yeah. You smell sweet.
Boogs. Why are you being so sweet to me? I almost don't want to disconnect from the chat.
Well, we can disconnect.
Did your thing turn off?
And reconnect. No, it's about to.
Okay. Well, how long have we been talking? I feel like it's just
59
been
minutes and 20 seconds.
Oh my god!
My guess is that in the next 34 seconds, it's going to shut off. I think it's an hour.
Oh, it's an hour max.
So let's wrap up just in case.
Yes.
Guys, follow us, share, do all the stuff, tell your friends, all that good stuff. What is it? Like, share, follow, subscribe, leave comments. We need the comments, like a lot of the comments. Tell us if you liked. Hold on. Tell us if you liked. My camera was
not set up correctly today.
Why?
It's just I'm off.
Hold on. Let us know if you liked the little end credit thing.
And if you didn't already leave a comment, yes.
And if you didn't see our end credits, go back and see our end credits. Yeah, I think so.
It wasn't end credits. It was like a little Easter egg.
It was an Easter egg at the end of our last episode.
Yes. Like when you have to stay after the movie because there's another scene.
Yes.
That was us.
You know what I just thought?
What?
My close-ups are going to get cut off because I cut the screen. So
the one where Peter lost it.
The one where Peter lost it. I've lost my mind. Tonight is the night.
Oh my gosh. All right, I'm out.
All right. I almost said I love you to the screen. All right. We said all the stuff. We made it without it dying on us.
Oh, man.
That's it?
That's it.
You're done?
Yes.
I'm done? Let's go enjoy the rest of our weekend.
All right.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining us. I hope you had a good time. Hasta luego. Why are you looking at me like that? Don't undress me with your eyes.
Listen.